Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. Let's talk about KULR stock. I knew this would happen. I made a video yesterday on RGTI stock, and I talked about this specifically, so I don't know if I mentioned it here on KULR stock. We know that stocks don't go up forever. We know they come down eventually. And I want you to know that it's going to be okay. A lot of people right now are holding at like $5 or $4, and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? What do? You learn from your mistakes. You should have had a stop loss. In fact, if you bought in and it went up in your favor, you move up your stop loss to protect yourself. You move it up above break even point so that you're playing for free. The stock market, it's like poker. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. You got to know when to go big, when not to go big. You got to know when to walk away from the table. You got to know when to call the market's bluff as well. People call it a casino. I'm like, nah, it's more like poker. It's more like poker, in my opinion. I like your stock content. Let me read some comments here. I like your stock content, and we'll look into joining your Discord. Look forward to that. mgirl000. The background music is burning my brain, but still listening. Okay, no background music anymore for these 3 videos. I bought these at 29 cents in September. Yeah, a lot of people bought like nice and cheap when no one was paying attention. And what I'm telling you right now is I think it's a good long-term hold. Nothing has changed fundamentally about the company. And we know that they get a lot of contracts with the U.S. Army, Navy, etc. So right now, us dumping today 20-30%, because I know a lot of you are in the red because you have no strategy. A lot of people in my Discord are new, and I'm like, what's your strategy? And they're like, I don't have a strategy. I just throw money at stocks that you talk about. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. The market loves people like you who buy at the top. Don't be someone else's. Don't be the one that people dump their shares on. Be the one that bags people. Don't be the one getting bagged, is what I tell people. You don't ever want to do that. So hopefully you guys learned. Bought in the dip today. This guy must be upset. Bought the dip and it keeps on dipping. Soon KULR. Man, how did I miss all these? I was asleep probably. KULR hit back downwards to 250. The correction is due. I agree. We were going to come down eventually. We could be entering a bear market if the market doesn't start to recover, though. It's looking pretty ugly out there right now. I bought KULR at an all-time high, but I believe in this company. I'm not worried about this little pullback. That poor soul. He's calling this a little pullback. My friend, this could come down 50% from all-time highs. What I'm waiting for is for the stock to settle somewhere. I'm going to tell you the exact same thing I told people for RGTI. If you look at quantum computing as a whole, AI stocks as a whole, you switch to the monthly chart, what do you see? This stock, this ETF, I should say, continues to go higher and higher over the long term. Why? Because quantum computing is the future. AI is the future. What's performing right now? What's been performing very well this year, and what's been performing for a long time? Not AI. No, not quantum computing. Not yet, at least. What's been performing very well for a long time, since like 1990? Technology. Technology has been performing very well. Nvidia stock, look at Nvidia stock on the monthly chart. Let's go way back to 2002 here, because that's as far as we can go. Since 2001, this stock has gone from a low of 20 cents to, let's go to the quarterly chart, to a high of $152 for almost, I think, 300,000% or something ridiculous like that. Technology has been performing very well over the long term. I'm just showing you that to give you confidence. You do know what you hold. But right now there's a lot of selling, and that's okay. Let people take profits. It's going to come down nice and cheap, right? It's going to come down nice and cheap. And it's going to give you an opportunity to add a big position at the bottom, wherever that may be. Some people have been asking me, where's the bottom on this? I can't tell you that. How would I know? That it would be disingenuous of me to even say to you, I think the bottom's going to be down here. I mean, maybe, right? Like, I don't know. I could just throw an arbitrary line in the sand somewhere and tell you that's the bottom. Like, I don't know. You let buyers show you where the bottom is because they will step in eventually. They will step in eventually and show you where the bottom is. So that's going to require patience and discipline. Let it come down nice and cheap and then add. That's what I've been waiting for. That's why I did not chase up here. And someone in my Discord did chase, and they're holding it at 510, and some other guys holding it at 450 or something. And I told these two people because they're like beginners in the markets. I'm like, that's not you. You're supposed to have a strategy. You don't just buy and like hope. So I already made a video to help them out with that. And it turns out they don't know how to read charts. So now I have to teach these people how to read charts because I'm like, oh my god, you don't know how to read charts? That's like that's like playing Street Fighter 6. That's like playing a video game, wanting to you're trying to be a master level player even though you're a rookie. Like you're just going to get destroyed, right? Same thing with the stock market. You don't want to be a rookie level player in the markets. You want to be a master level player. You know what to do. You know not to chase stops. And if you do, you set a stop loss. You go with a smaller position. You know, it's like poker. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to go big, when to go small. Right now is not the time to go big. Right now is the time to step away from the table. Let it come down nice and cheap. Let the buyers show you where they love it. You know, they're going to show you where they love it. This happens all the time. Let me see if I can show you where's Soundhound or even Domino's Pizza here. Where do buyers love it? Let me zoom out on the chart. Where do buyers love this stock? Do you guys see where buyers love it? Let me hide. Buyers love it down here. I don't know why people love Domino's Pizza, but they love it at 400 and under. Anytime it's come down under 400, it always bounces to 438 and beyond. Buyers will show you where the bottom is. Please exercise patience and discipline if you're new to the markets, because I know a lot of people have recently joined my Discord, Patreon, and subscribed. Seems like a lot of people are new to the markets and don't understand how it works. So I'm just showing you this is how it works. We pump and then we dump. Pump, dump, pump, and here comes the dump. You don't want to buy up here. If you do, again, small position. Gotta know when to go in small, when to go in big. You want to go in big at the bottom, right? You never want to chase. I'm gonna continue to pound the table on that. If you can learn, exercise patience and discipline, and learn to buy bottoms and go big at the bottom and go with small positions if you're gonna chase tops, you're gonna make way more money than the people who just throw money around and hope. GME, do you want to buy it at 64? I don't. And I didn't. I was like, screw you, give it to me at 20. Came down to 20. Bounced to 46. Came down to 20 again. Bounced to 30. 20 again. Bounced to, right now it's at like 31. And I'm sitting here pretty, waiting for it to come back down to 20. I want it at 20. I want it at the bottom. This is where people love it, at the bottom. The smart ones, the master level ranked players, they're buying down here and selling it to the suckers that chase up here. If you want to be good at trading the stock market, investing, the market rewards patience and discipline. That's how it's always been. So with regards to KULR, I want you to take a step back, walk away. This is the time to walk away from the table and be like, you know what? I'm okay with this. Let it come down. I'll add nice and cheap wherever the bottom reveals it. When the bottom reveals itself, it will eventually. Things don't go up forever, just like things don't go down forever. The ones that got in at the bottom down here at 20 cents, they had to be very patient. I know some of you bought down here. They had to be patient since April. They had to be very patient. They had to wait since April up until November. They had to be very patient for this stock to finally get a big move. I don't think this is going to come down under $1. I would be shocked. I think this is going to settle somewhere in the $1.50 to $2 range. That's what I believe. We'll see what happens. That's at least my forecast, my prediction. If I'm wrong, then whoa, I'm going to be very shocked. But it's rare that a stock pumps like this and then settles back down at the bottom, especially because it's a company that just got discovered and it has, contracts, has good revenues, has so much going on for it. There's going to be enough people holding it long term that it's going to settle somewhere in the $1 to $2 range, in my opinion. In my opinion, because I've seen this before. I'm curious if the people who bought down here nice and cheap at 20 cents, did you guys sell yet, or are you holding it long, or what are you doing? I'm curious, because I know some of them have sold, the ones that bought down here. And you know, some of them were kicking themselves when they sold too early. But are you guys gonna jump back in when it gets cheap? I would imagine you would, because that's what I'm waiting for. So fundamentally, nothing has changed. People are gonna take profits, especially going into the new year. But be very careful. Sometimes stocks they go up and they never come. They go up, then they go down. They never come back up. So that's why I said like you gotta have a strategy, my friends. Have a strategy, please. Have a strategy. And I don't think I have anything else to say. We know the fundamentals are fine. Let it come down nice and cheap, guys. The people that bought at the bottom down here, they're the ones who made money. Be like those people and wait for it to come down. Why do you think I haven't chased? I said if it broke 5, it can go to 10, not saying it's going to go to 10 like have an elevator up to it. It can, but if you bought in, you should have had a strategy, right? A stop loss, something to protect you. One of my guys in the Discord lost 20%, and I'm like, I didn't alert that. I told him, I'm like, I did not alert that stock in my Discord. Right now in the Discord, we have a 100% win rate. We have not lost since like, I think we haven't lost since, was it October or November? I think we have not lost since October. And I did not alert KULR, but for some reason he's like, "Oh, he said it's gonna go to 10. I'm gonna buy." And well, he's learned a very hard lesson, as you can imagine. And I told him like, you can't be doing that. You should not have taken a 20% loss on KULR or any of these stocks. So I taught him the strategy, and hopefully he uses it. It's on him to execute. You can't help someone if they can't help themselves, type of thing. And I promise you, I've met plenty of millennials who don't listen. I try to help them, they don't listen, and they blow up their accounts. And then they cry, "Oh, I should have listened to you." And the cycles repeat. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Some people have to learn the hard way. All right. So I'm telling you right now, ahead of time, this is expected. This is normal. Pump, it's going to dump, it's going to find a bottom. We buy the bottom, it pumps again. We make our money, rinse and repeat. That's it for the video. I try to make every video in such a way that you walk away learning something. More so for the beginners, for people who have been around with me long time, long time. For those of you who have been around a long time, you've heard this before, you already know this, and it probably gets repetitive, but just keep in mind there's a lot of new investors every year who don't know any of what I preach, and they'll chase tops without a stop loss. They don't have the poker mindset, going big, going small, call the bluff, know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away from the table. And right now, walk away from the table. We'll come back when it gets nice and cheap. That is it for the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next one.